we are not Africans. You see the sign right there? The sign says we are not Africans. Because the Africans know they played a big part in selling black people.
Right.
They know that black people are not their people.
I.S.U.P.K.
You ain't too, you crazy for this one.
We really gotta step back and understand the hypocrisy of America. So, one people matter more than another people. So the Afghanis matter more than the Haitians. But you get mad at us when we tell you God has a people that he loves and that he prefers. And now we're a hate group. Okay, so the United States government, do they love the so-called Haitians? You got white men on horsebacks whipping them so they don't go into cross those borders. Right. We're going to show all the love to the Afghanis. We're going to show them all the love. Our hearts go out to the so-called Afghanis. They're going to get all the food stamp money. They're going to get all the subsidy money.
Tax-free status.
Tax-free. Let me tell you something about the so-called Jew or the Jewish man. You know, the Jewish man, he receives benefits from the government too.
Right.
He receives food stamps.
That's right.
He receives housing. And guess what? He doesn't have to go to the Social Security bill.
Right.
He can just make a call and everything is expedited. Well, it's gonna happen with the so-called Afghans. So the Bible says to gather ourselves together, oh, they should not decide, because black and Hispanic people are the only people that are not desired.
Right.
Why do we say we are not Africans? You see the sign right there? The sign says we are not Africans. Because the Africans know they played a big part in selling black people.
Right.
They know that black people are not their people. And they use the same derogatory terms that every other nation uses against black and Hispanic people.
Kata.
What is it called? Kata. It's one of them, right? Right. Which means what? Can you tell me what that means? Cotton picker, right? That's what they call you, black man, when the so-called Africans come out here. If you were their people, they'd be marching with you.
Right.
But Mutungu does not march with you. He looks on the sideline and he says, what's wrong with these black people? Why can't they take accountability? Why can't they get themselves together? So you're blaming us for 400 years of terrorism that's been committed towards black people? When our oppressor has a 400-year head start? When the so-called Africans made off with so much wealth by selling us and trading us for trinkets, for bad guns and trinkets. And you think and you wanna wear a dashiki and think that you are African, right? Being an African American is such a catch-all phrase. It's too broad, right?
That's right.
It's too broad. Africa was named by a Roman, it comes from a Roman general, a white man at that. America comes from an Italian explorer. Why are you, black man, labeling yourself after two white men? We gotta ask ourselves that. Or did Jesse Jackson coin that phrase in the 80s and started, instead of calling us Negro, there was a place in Africa called Negro Land.
Right.
There was a place in Africa called Negro Land. And then those people were shipped to Cape Verde and those islands and shipped out to the four corners of the planet.
Right.
The Africans are not our people. And guess what? If they were, they never came back for them.
That's right.
They never came back, did they? Right? They never came back. And you simple Negroes want to go back to Africa. Like it's going to be any better over there. They're treating you like crap over here. They're not sharing, they're not involving you in their businesses. They keep to themselves, and when you're not around, when you're around, they call you their brother. You're my brother, you're my brother. When you turn your back, they're using all kinds of derogatory terms to you.
Right.
Because they hate you. If you on this sign today, you're hated by every other nation on the planet.
Right.
That's why there's no donations for the Haitians at the border. And with that, we at the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We've been teaching so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and so-called natives of America that they're the Lord's chosen people according to the Bible. I.S.U.P.K. Boston, we have classes online Monday through Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Just go to YouTube and type I.S.U.P.K. Boston, subscribe to our channel, subscribe to Facebook, and with that, Shalom Boston. Let's do 7 minutes, bro. See what we can do in 7 minutes, okay?
You ain't too, you crazy for this one.
Nobody tell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. And it's worth something.
My whole life was trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed, sold packs, I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to rhythm man blues, call this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Felt like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good record. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good shepherd. Plus when you in hell, how did you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I don't believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain, something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord? Got a tongue like a two-edged sword.